students. In the last session I was discussing regarding the concept of elements of directing. Okay, I have started with the concept of directing. Later on I have moved to the next concept, that is elements of directing. Okay, in that we have 4 elements to be discussed. I have started with what are the 4 elements? Yes, the 4 elements of directing are supervision, motivation, leadership and communication. Okay, so you have to remember these 4 elements. So the 4 elements in directing are supervision, motivation, okay, and leadership and communication. In the last session I have covered the concept of supervision. So what is supervision and what are its features I have discussed, and even have touched the concept of motivation. I have said, yes, what is motivation? It is nothing but stimulating the people to action. Okay, so that is motivation. And I have discussed what is motivation and what are the different terms in it, that is motivation and motivators. Okay, and what are the features, that also discussed. And the next portion continued is importance of motivation. Okay, so in that element the first concept supervision is covered, and the next is motivation. In the last session I have discussed what is motivation and what are the features. In today's session let us continue the concept, that is importance of motivation. Okay, see what is motivation? Motivation in the sense we are going to stimulating the people into action. So in our day to day life also we can see that in some cases we feel, yes, we are not ಒಂದು ಬೇಜಾರದಲ್ಲಿ ನಮಗೆ ವರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಈ ತರಹದ ಒಂದು ಸಿಚುವೇಶನ್ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ವಿ ರಿಕ್ವೈರ್ ಸಮ್ಮನ್ ಟು ಮೋಟಿವೇಟ್ ಅಸ್ ಆರ್ ಸಮ್ಮನ್ ಟು ಬೂಸ್ಟರ್ಸ್, ಅಂದರೆ ನಮಗೆ ಒಂದು ಬೆನ್ ತಟ್ಟಿ ಒಂದು ಎನ್ಕರೇಜ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಈ ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿ. ಸೊ ವೆನ್ ದ ಎನ್ಕರೇಜಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪನ್ಸ್, ಎಸ್ ಈವನ್ ವಿ ಫೀಲ್ motivated to do the work. See, in the organization too, the employees will be from various backgrounds and their taste and preference, everything will be vary. For some money may be the motivation and some promotion likewise. So here the manager has a greater task because this motivation, it is a complex process. So here the manager has a greater task because he has to make the employees to work for the organization. For that he has to take them into confidence. Okay, yes. Now let us see what are the importance of this motivation, why the motivation is important. Yes, first one, it helps to improve the performance. Okay, why the motivation is important? Yes, it helps to improve the performance of the employees. See, when the employees are motivated, okay, so by giving some incentives, okay, that may be like financial incentives or non-financial incentives. Okay, ee reetiyagi if the employees are being supported in the organization, what happens? The employees in the organization, they feel motivated to work towards the work of the organization. Alva, see, if the working condition is not good, if the employees feel that feel bored to work in the organization, and if they are not interested to work in the organization, whether the objectives of the organization can be achieved? No, it is impossible. So in order to achieve the organization goals, mainly the support from the side of the employees are very much important. So here, if the employees are motivated, if they are boosted, what happens? Obviously they feel like working towards the organization and wholeheartedly they will work for the organization. So in an organization, to improve the performance of the employees, the motivation is one of the important aspect. Okay, the next is changes the negative attitude to positive attitude, changes the negative attitude towards the positive. What is this negative attitude? Some cases, as I said already, in an organization there will be number of employees and the attitudes differ from person to person. Okay, some will be having the negative attitudes towards the organization because they will be not satisfied with the working condition. Okay, salary irbodu. So ee ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಒಂದು ಮನಸ್ಥಿತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುವುದಿಲ್ಲ, ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಅಂದರೆ ಆರ್ಗನೈಸೇಷನ್ಗೋಸ್ಕರ ವರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ಮನಸ್ಥಿತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುವುದಿಲ್ಲ. So what the manager or what the organization has to do is they have to motivate the employees, they have to give the necessary things that are required by the employees, like ಒಂದು ಬೇಸಿಕ್ ಅವ್ರಿಗೇನು ಒಂದು ನೆಸೆಸಿಟಿ, ಒಂದು ಲೈಫ್ ಲೀಡ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಬೇಕಾದ ಒಂದು ನೆಸಸರಿ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಯಾಲ್ರಿ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಅಥವಾ ಟು ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಅ ಗುಡ್ ವರ್ಕಿಂಗ್ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ ಲೈಕ್ ವೈಸ್. ಸೊ ಇಫ್ ದ ವರ್ಕಿಂಗ್ ಎನ್ವೈರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಗುಡ್, ವಾಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪನ್ಸ್, ಆಬ್ವಿಯಸ್ಲಿ the employees, they feel like working towards the organization. So here, if the proper motivation is given, the employees mindset can also be changed here. So the mindset of the employees can be changed from negative to positive attitude. So motivation gives this benefit also. So that is one of the importance of motivation. Okay, to continue further, next, reduces the employee turnover. Reduces the employees turnover. What is this employees turnover? See, employees turnover in the sense andre iga for example organization anna bittu hoguvanthadu. See, when the working condition is not good, when they are not getting the proper support from the side of the organization, what the employees will do, they will leave the organization. So ಏನು organization anna bittu hoguvanthadide, so we call it as employee turnover. Okay, hope you are getting this point. So here, if the employee is being motivated, ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ, ಸೊ ಎಂಪ್ಲಾಯಿಗೆ ಒಂದು ಗುಡ್ ವರ್ಕಿಂಗ್ ಎನ್ವೈರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಇದೆ, ಇಫ್ ಎವ್ರಿಥಿಂಗ್ ಇಸ್ according to the expectation of the employees, what happens, whether they will leave the organization? No. Okay, so here if the employees are properly motivated and everything, whatever the things need by the employees, if they are given with the good and proper working condition, it reduces the employee turnover. In the sense, employees in organization ಅನ್ನು ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಹೋಗುವ ಒಂದು ರೇಟ್ ಏನಿದೆಯೋ ಅದು ಕೂಡ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಇದೆ. So the proper motivation helps to reduce the employee turnover. Not only that, next you can see it helps to reduce the absenteeism. It helps to reduce the absenteeism. What is this absenteeism? Yes, you people, ಈಗ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, when they feel ಅಂದರೆ ಯಾವಾಗ ಅವ್ರು ಹೆಚ್ಚು ರಜೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, when they feel like the class is boring, I am not interested in the studies, ಈ ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿ. So what happens is here the responsibility is for the teachers. They have to motivate you to, and they have to make you to come to the classes. Same wise here also what happens, you know, in an organization, the manager, they has to motivate the employees. For that they are ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿದೆ the motivation techniques. It will, as I said earlier, the need, it differs from person to person. My need is different, your need is different, the person, other third person need is different. So when there are people with various needs, it's a challenging task for the manager, okay, to motivate them. So here, if the proper motivation is given, it also helps to reduce the absenteeism. So the employees organization ಗೆ ರಜೆ ಮಾಡುವಂಥದ್ದು ಕೂಡ ತುಂಬ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, because with the good working condition, even the employees, they will feel happy to work in the organization. Okay, next is, yes, it helps the manager to introduce change smoothly. What is this? Because usually ಅಂದರೆ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಚುಲ್ ವರ್ಕಿಂಗ್ ಕಂಡೀಷನಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾದರೂ ಚೇಂಜಸ್ ತರಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಈಸಿ ಟು ಬ್ರಿಂಗ್ ಚೇಂಜಸ್, ಆರ್ ದ ಚೇಂಜಸ್ ಇನ್ ದ ವರ್ಕಿಂಗ್ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಎನಿ ಚೇಂಜಸ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಆರ್ಗನೈಸೇಷನ್, ದೇರ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ರೆಸಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ದ ಸೈಡ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಎಂಪ್ಲಾಯೀಸ್. ಬಟ್ ಹಿಯರ್ ಇಫ್ the manager motivates the employees, and if he convince the employees, okay, what happens, they can easily manage with the introducing the changes in the organization. Okay. Hope you are clear with this. So these are all the importance of motivation. So any organization for that matter, okay, so mainly, as I said earlier, the employees are the base, or they are the backbone of the organization, because they are the people who are going to work for the organization, and the response from the employees should be in such a way that they should work favorably towards achieving the objectives of the organization. Only then the organization can think of achieving its objective. So here, if the employees are motivated properly, if they are given with the proper wages, and if they are given with the good working condition, and if they are treated well in the organization, so what happens? Yes, so we can see the improvements in their performance, and we can change their negative attitudes towards positive attitudes, and we can even reduce the employee turnover, and also we can reduce the absenteeism, and finally we can bring the changes, necessary changes, by convincing the people in the organization. Hope you are clear with this. So, this is the concept of importance of motivation. Okay. So, the next concept is Maslow's need hierarchy theory. So, in advanced, ಏನಾಗಿದೆ ಅಂದರೆ Abraham Maslow, okay. So, what he did, he has given a theory, he is a psychologist, so he has came up with the theory of Maslow's need hierarchy theory of motivation, one of the important concept, okay, and also very interesting concept, okay. So, the next concept is Maslow's need hierarchy theory of motivation. Okay. So, Abraham Maslow ಅನ್ನುವಂಥವರು ಅವರೊಬ್ಬರು psychologist. So, based on by studying the psychology of the people, he came out with the theory of Maslow's need hierarchy theory. Okay. So, ತುಂಬಾ interesting ಇದೆ. See, the need of the persons, it varies, right? As I said earlier, my need is different, your need is different, the third person need is different. So, ee reetiyagi. So, coming to each and every individual, we have our own needs to be fulfilled, right? So, adanne illi Maslow ಏನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ, need hierarchy theory. Okay. See, first one to start with, generally, this is the first one, basic physiological needs. Okay. So, I am dealing with the concept of Maslow's need hierarchy theory. So, here Maslow, in his theory, he says that each and every employee, he goes with all this, needs. The first need is basic physiological needs. The basic in the sense. So, ಈಗ ಒಂದು ಮನುಷ್ಯ ಅವನೊಂದು ಜೀವಿಸಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಏನು basic? So, he needs food, clothing, shelter, right? ಅಥವಾ ಒಂದು ಏನು ಹಸಿವಾದಾಗ ಊಟ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಅಥವಾ ನಮಗೊಂದು ಸ್ಟೇ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಮನೆ ಬೇಕು, ಬೇಸಿಕ್ ಫಿಸಿಯೋಲಾಜಿಕಲ್ ನೀಡ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ಈಗ ನನಗೆ ಮನೆ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಏನಿಲ್ಲ, ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ಲಿ ವೆದರ್ ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ಆಫ್ ಹ್ಯಾವಿಂಗ್ ಅ ಲಕ್ಸುರಿಯಸ್ ಕಾರ್, ನೋ. ಸೊ ನೀಡ್ ಹೈರಾರ್ಕಿ, ನೀಡ್ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿ ಹೋಗ್ತದೆ. ಸೊ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್, ದ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ನೀಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಎನಿ ಇಂಡಿವಿಜುವಲ್ ಆರ್ ಎನಿ ಪರ್ಸನ್ ಇಸ್ ಬೇಸಿಕ್ physiological needs. Okay. So, that is like food irbodu, clothing. So, I need food to, when I feel like hungry, I should have the food, okay, I should have the shelter, likewise, okay, food, clothing, shelter, etc. So, idanne ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, Maslow ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, every individual, first need of every individual is basic physiological needs. Okay. So, coming to organization, in the organization context, so the basic need is salary. So, why the employees are working in the organization? Mainly to get a good salary. So, here the first basic need is basic physiological needs. So, that is nothing but the food or clothing, shelter, whatever the basic things required for the living. Coming to organization context, here the good salary has to be provided for the employees. Okay. So, that is the basic physiological needs. Yes, if I get the good salary, if I have home, food, clothing, shelter, everything, I am satisfied. What happens? I will move to my next need. Okay. So, next ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ next need ಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ತೇವೆ, that is safety or security needs. Safety or security needs. What is this? See, safety or security, because so ಮನೆ ಇದು ಎಲ್ಲವೂ ಕೂಡ ಆಗಿದೆ, ಬೇಸಿಕ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ನನ್ನ ಹತ್ರ ಇದೆ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಮೂವ್ ಫರ್ದರ್, ನನಗೊಂದು ಸೇಫ್ಟಿ ಅಥವಾ ಸೆಕ್ಯೂರಿಟಿ ಇದ್ದರೆ, ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ ಈ ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿ. ಸೊ ಮೇನ್ಲಿ ಕಮಿಂಗ್ ಟು ದ ಆರ್ಗನೈಸೇಷನ್ ಕಂಟೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಹಿಯರ್, ಜಾಬ್ ಸೆಕ್ಯೂರಿಟಿ. ಯಾಕಂದರೆ ಇಫ್ ದ ಎಂಪ್ಲಾಯಿ ಫೀಲ್ ಎಸ್ ಹಿಸ್ ಜಾಬ್ ಇಸ್ ಸೆಕ್ಯೂರ್, ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಹಿ ಈಸ್ ಗೆಟಿಂಗ್ ಗುಡ್ ಸ್ಯಾಲ್ರಿ, ಅವನಿಗೊಂದು ಪೆನ್ಷನ್ ಪ್ಲಾನ್ ಇದೆ, PF ಎಲ್ಲ ಇದೆ, ಸೊ ರಿಟೈರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆದಾಗ ಅದು ಹಣ ಎಲ್ಲ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಸೊ ಎವ್ರಿಥಿಂಗ್ ಇಸ್ ಸೆಕ್ಯೂರ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಅವನೇನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ, ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ ಇಸ್ ಹಿ ವಿಲ್ ಥಿಂಕ್ ಆಫ್ ಹಿಸ್ ಸೆಕ್ಯೂರಿಟಿ. ಓಕೆ. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಸೇಫ್ಟಿ ಆರ್ ಸೆಕ್ಯೂರಿಟಿ ನೀಡ್ಸ್. ಓಕೆ. ಸೊ ಈಗ ನಾವು ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಸೊಸೈಟಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುವಾಗ ಬೇಸಿಕ್ ನೀಡ್ಸ್ ಫುಲ್ಫಿಲ್ ಆದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ನಾವೇನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಎಸ್ ನಮಗೆ ಸೊಸೈಟಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿ ಸೆಕ್ಯೂರಿಟಿ ಇದೆ ಇದನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ನಾವು ನೋಡುವಂಥದ್ದು. ಸೊ ಹಿಯರ್ I am talking from the viewpoint of an organization. So, after fulfilling the basic physiological needs, the person next he will think of ಸೇಫ್ಟಿ ಆರ್ ಸೆಕ್ಯೂರಿಟಿ ನೀಡ್ಸ್. ಅಂದರೆ ಅವನಿಗೊಂದು ಆ ಸೊಸೈಟಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಸೇಫ್ಟಿ ಇರಬೇಕು, ಒಂದು ಸೆಕ್ಯೂರಿಟಿ ಇರಬೇಕು. ನಾವು ಭಯದಿಂದ ಬದುಕಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಇಲ್ಲ, ರೈಟ್? ಸೊ ಹಿಯರ್ coming to the organization point of view, here you should have the job security. Yes, ನಮಗೊಂದು ಜಾಬ್ ಅಂತಿದ್ರೆ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಎಸ್ ಈವನ್ ವಿ ವಿಲ್ ಫೀಲ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಎಸ್ ಐ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಲೀಡ್ ಮೈ ಲೈಫ್, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಯಾಕೆ ವರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ನಮಗೆ ಸ್ಯಾಲ್ರಿ ಬರುವಂಥದ್ದು. ಸೊ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಖರ್ಚುಗಳೆಲ್ಲ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಈ ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಸಮ್ ವಾಟ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಸೆಕ್ಯೂರಿಟಿ ಇನ್ ದ ಸೆನ್ಸ್, ಈಗ ಹೆಲ್ತ್ ಪ್ಲಾನ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಆರ್ಗನೈಸೇಷನ್ ದೇ ವಿಲ್ ಪ್ರೊವೈಡ್ ಸಮ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಹೆಲ್ತ್ ಪ್ಲಾನ್ಸ್, ಓಕೆ, ಈ ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಈವನ್ ದ ಪೆನ್ಷನ್ ಪ್ಲಾನ್ಸ್, ಓಕೆ. ಸೊ ಆಲ್ ದೀಸ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್, ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಗಿವ್ the person the job security, or it will give the safety, it will create a sense of security in the mind of the employee. Hope you are clear with this. Yes, so first is basic physiological needs. If it is satisfied, he will think of the next need, that is safety or security needs. Yes, even that is safe. Yes, I have a good job, I have a job security, everything is fine. What he will do? He will think of the next need, that is affiliation, affiliation or belongingness need, affiliation or belongingness need. What is this belongingness? See, human beings, we are the part and parcel of the society, correct? ಸೊ ನಾವೊಂದು ಸೊಸೈಟಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ, ನಮಗೇನಿರುತ್ತೆ, ನಮಗೆ ಒಂದು ಇಷ್ಟು ಜನ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಶಿಪ್ ಇರಬೇಕು, ನಮಗೆ ಒಂದು ನಮಗೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಒಂದು ರಿಲೇಟಿವ್ಸ್, ನಮ್ಮ ಜನ ಅಥವಾ ನಮ್ಮ ಸುತ್ತಮುತ್ತ, ಸೊ ಈ ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿ ಒಂದು ಬಿಲಾಂಗಿಂಗ್ನೆಸ್, ಓಕೆ. ಸೊ ಹಿಯರ್ ಟು ಇನ್ ದ ಆರ್ಗನೈಸೇಷನ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ನಥಿಂಗ್ ಬಟ್ ದ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಶಿಪ್. ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಹೇಳೋದಾದರೆ, ಅಂದರೆ ಒಂದು 4 ಜನ ನಮಗೆ ಪರಿಚಯದವ್ರು ಬೇಕು. ಯಾಕೆಂದರೆ ಇಫ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಏನೋ ಒಂದು ಕಷ್ಟ ಇದೆ, ನಮಗೆ ಅವ್ರ ಹತ್ರ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಬೋದು, ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಶಿಪ್ಸ್ ಈ ರೀತಿ. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಈವನ್ ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಸಿ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಮೋರ್ ನಂಬರ್ ಆಫ್ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಸ್. ಅವ್ರೇನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ನಮಗೆ ಕಷ್ಟದಲ್ಲಿ ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ರಿಲೇಟಿವ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಈ ರೀತಿ, ಓಕೆ. ಸೊ ಹಿಯರ್ affiliation or belongingness needs, so that is nothing but good relationship or friendship in the organization, so that will feel that will make the employee more convenient to live in the society, okay. So hope you are getting with this, okay. Step by step hogta idivi. First is basic, the human being, he will think of as basic needs as, so I should have the house, food, clothing, shelter, everything. Yes, if it is being satisfied, I'll go with the next step. Yes, ಇನ್ನೂ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ, ಎಸ್ ನನಗೊಂದು ಸೆಕ್ಯೂರಿಟಿ ಇದೆಯಾ, ಸೋಷಿಯಲ್ ಸೆಕ್ಯೂರಿಟಿ ಅಥವಾ ಒಂದು ಸೇಫ್ಟಿ ಇದ್ದರೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಥಿಂಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಎಸ್, ಅದು ಕೂಡ ಜಾಬ್ ಸೆಕ್ಯೂರಿಟಿ ಇದೆ, ಪೆನ್ಷನ್ ಪ್ಲಾನ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ, ಈ ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿ ಇಫ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಬೀಯಿಂಗ್ ಸ್ಯಾಟಿಸ್ಫೈಡ್, ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಥಿಂಕ್ ಆಫ್ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್, ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ affiliation or belongingness, okay. So it means ನನ್ನ ಸುತ್ತಮುತ್ತ ಅಥವಾ ನನಗೆ ಒಂದು ಬೇಕಾದವರು ನನ್ನ ಜೊತೆ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಶಿಪ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಸೊ ಅಥವಾ ಗುಡ್ ರಿಲೇಷನ್ಶಿಪ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಆರ್ಗನೈಸೇಷನ್, ಎವ್ರಿಥಿಂಗ್, ಓಕೆ. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಎಸ್ affiliation or belongingness, ಅಂದರೆ ನಮಗೆ ಸೇರಿದವರು ನಮ್ಮ ಜೊತೆ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ಈ ರೀತಿಯಾದ ಒಂದು ಫೀಲಿಂಗ್, ಓಕೆ. ದ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್ ಇಸ್ ಎಸ್ ಫಸ್ಟ್, ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್, ಥರ್ಡ್. If it is being satisfied, I'll move with the next, that is esteem needs. Esteem needs. What is this? It is nothing but recognition. ಸೊ ಎಸ್ಟೀಮ್ ನೀಡ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದರೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಸೆಲ್ಫ್ ಎಸ್ಟೀಮ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು. ನಮಗೆ ಸೊಸೈಟಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ರೆಕಗ್ನಿಷನ್ ಬೇಕು, ಅಂದರೆ ಮನುಷ್ಯನ ಆಸೆ ಸ್ಟೆಪ್ ಬೈ ಸ್ಟೆಪ್ ಹೇಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ಓಕೆ. ಸೊ ರೆಕಗ್ನಿಷನ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಆರ್ಗನೈಸೇಷನ್. ಸೊ ರೆಕಗ್ನಿಷನ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಆರ್ಗನೈಸೇಷನ್, ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಒನ್ ಥಿಂಗ್. ಆರ್ಗನೈಸೇಷನ್ ನಮಗೆ ಒಂದು ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಸ್ಥಾನಮಾನ ಬೇಕು. ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ರೆಕಗ್ನೈಸೇಷನ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಸೊಸೈಟಿ. ಈವನ್ ಐ ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ರೆಕಗ್ನೈಸ್ಡ್ ವೆಲ್ ಇನ್ ದ society, okay. So that is the concept of esteem needs. And finally the fifth one is self actualization needs. Self actualization needs, what is this? Achievement of the goals, achievement of the goals. By fulfilling all these needs, finally the person, or finally a person will think of achieving the objectives or goals, because each and every person has their own object ಅಥವಾ ಏನೊಂದು ಉದ್ದೇಶ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ನೀಡ್ಸನ್ನು ಫುಲ್ಫಿಲ್ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು ಫೈನಲಿ ಅವ್ರು ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಸೆಲ್ಫ್ ಆಕ್ಚುಲೈಸೇಷನ್ ನೀಡ್ಸ್, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ನಥಿಂಗ್ ಬಟ್ ಅಚೀವಿಂಗ್ ದ ಗೋಲ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ their life, okay. So this is a theory which is given by Maslow. So Maslow says that each and every individual possess, they will have these needs to be fulfilled, and it will go step by step. First ಗೆ ನಾವು ಗೋಲ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ಅಚೀವ್ ಮಾಡೋದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಥಿಂಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೇವಾ? ಇಲ್ಲ. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಆಲ್ ಬೇಸಿಕ್ ಇಂದ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. Basically I should have some physiological needs. If I have been satisfied with, I'll move to the next need, that is safety or security needs. If that is being fulfilled, I'll move to the next, that is belongingness, on the friendship, on the society alli namage ಒಂದು ಸ್ಥಾನಮಾನ, society alli ನನಗೆ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಈ ರೀತಿ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, I'll move to the esteem needs. Yes, I should have the recognition, ನನಗೂ ಕೂಡ ಒಂದು ರೆಕಗ್ನಿಷನ್ ಬೇಕು ಸೊಸೈಟಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಹೀಗೆ. ಸೊ ಅದು ಕೂಡ ಫುಲ್ಫಿಲ್ ಆದಾಗ ಫೈನಲಿ I'll think of achieving my goals. So these are the 5 needs that each and every human being they will think of getting fulfilled. Okay, so hope you are getting this. So let's start with basic physiological needs. If it is being satisfied, it moves with the safety or security needs. Next, affiliation or belongingness. Next, esteem, and finally the self actualization. So these needs are very much important, and this need hierarchy theory, Maslow's need hierarchy theory, is based on some assumptions. ಇದು ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಅಸಂಪ್ಷನ್, ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಊಹೆಗಳನ್ನು ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಈ ಅಸಂಪ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡಿರುವಂಥದ್ದು. ಸೊ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್ ಇಸ್ ಪೀಪಲ್ಸ್ ಬಿಹೇವಿಯರ್ ಈಸ್ ಬೇಸ್ಡ್ ಆನ್ ನೀಡ್ಸ್. Always the people behavior. So if the person each and every person, they have their own behavior, their own way of behaving, and it is mainly because of their needs. Okay, so ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಬ್ಬನ ನಡವಳಿಕೆ ಏನಿದೆ ಮನುಷ್ಯನದು, it depends upon the needs of the person. And next is needs are hierarchical order. Okay, needs are hierarchical. Starting alle avaru esteem needs ಬಗ್ಗೆ, so ನನಗೆ ಫುಡ್ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಕ್ಲಾತಿಂಗ್ ಇಲ್ಲ, I will not think of luxury life. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ನಮಗೆ ಒಂದು ಬೇಸಿಕ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲದಿದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟಾಗಿ ಥಿಂಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಆಲ್ವೇಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಮಾಸ್ಲೋ ಥಿಯರಿ ಏನು ಹೇಳುತ್ತೆ, ನೀಡ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಹೈರಾರ್ಕಿಕಲ್ ಆರ್ಡರ್, ಸ್ಟೆಪ್ ಬೈ ಸ್ಟೆಪ್. ಬೇಸಲ್ಲಿ ಫಿಸಿಯೋಲಾಜಿಕಲ್ ನೀಡ್ಸ್ ಬೇಕು, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಸೆಕ್ಯೂರಿಟಿ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಬಿಲಾಂಗಿಂಗ್ನೆಸ್, ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಎಸ್ಟೀಮ್, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಗೋ ಹೈರಾರ್ಕಿಕಲ್ ಆರ್ಡರ್. Next, satisfied need will no longer motivate the person. See, once the basic need is satisfied, then he will think of the next. So here, satisfied need will no longer motivate the person. So if his basic needs are satisfied, next he will not think of this, so he will think of the next level of needs. Okay, so it depends. So ee ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿ, and finally person moves to the next only when lower needs are satisfied. As I said earlier, it is hierarchical order, right? Hierarchical base in the top ಗೆ ಹೋಗುವಂತದ್ದು. So only when the basic needs are satisfied, then only he will think of the next level. If his basic needs are not satisfied, he will not going to think of the next levels of needs. Hope you are clear with this. So this is the concept of Maslow's need hierarchy theory. So here we have 5 needs, that is basic physiological needs, that is the good salary in the organization, safety or security needs, that is the job security for the person. Next, affiliation or belongingness need, that is having a good relationship or friendship in the organization. Next is esteem needs, to have the recognition in the organization, and finally self actualization, to achieve the objectives. And this Maslow's need hierarchy theory is developed based on this assumption, because always the person's behavior is depend upon the needs, and the needs are hierarchical order. It goes likewise, and satisfied needs, once the need is being satisfied, it will no longer it will motivate the employees, and only after satisfying the needs, basic needs, lower needs, then only he will move to the next higher needs. And the lower needs satisfy ಆದ ಮೇಲೇನೆ ಅವರು higher needs ಗೆ move ಆಗುವಂತದ್ದು. So this is the concept of motivation. Hope you are clear with this. So today's concept I have taken what is the importance of motivation, and what are the the theory given by Abraham Maslow, that is Maslow's need hierarchy theory. Hope you are clear with this. So, any organization for that matter, so they have to motivate the employees, only then they can expect good result from the side of the employees. If the employees if they work favorably towards the organization, then the organization can think of achieving the objectives easily. Hope you are clear with the session. Thank you.